right. Evan Ginsberg back with another edition of Evan Ginsberg's Legends TV, joined by co-host, poet John Winell, and all the way from England, Oliver Shawn, world-class musician, buddy of ours, back on Legends TV.
Thanks for having me, Evan.
Absolutely, absolutely. And this is something you both relate to. Earlier in the week, Christopher Lee and Ron Moody from England, who played Fagin and Oliver. How'd you guys react to this?
And Ornette, how about Ornette?
Ornette Coleman, Dusty Rhodes, the American Dream for the wrestling
Gilbert
fans.
from the Weavers.
This was a rough week.
It's been a hell of a week.
Hell of a week.
When I saw Christopher Lee's thing, I was just, oh my God, that was Dracula for me. You know?
Me too.
I was like,
Hammer Horror, Peter Cushing and Christopher Lee.
Scared the crap out of me.
Well, you and millions of other people, but they all live privileged lives, and they left a legacy, and we're all grateful for it. Wherever you guys are, guys and gals, we thank you.
93. Tommy Ma, who's directing the show with Janine, said the same exact words I did. I would sign a contract right now, 93, do what you love, people respect you, admire you.
Life,
leave a legacy of quality work. I mean, James Bond, Lord of the Rings, Star Wars, and Dracula, of course. Anyway, getting back to you guys, you just did a gig in the world-famed Cafe Wah, where the Doors and Hendrix and everybody played. Tell us about that experience.
This is the third time I've done Cafe Wah.
Right.
It's turning out to be like my hangout in New York. Every time I come here, that's the spot I go to perform. It used to be Gizzy's, but Gizzy's isn't there anymore.
That's right, that's right.
but I loved it. It was great. It was great fun.
And you have that New York connection now. We were sitting with a group of some of the most creative people you could ever imagine. Jasmine, Clemente, who'll be performing with you later. And we had filmmakers and dancers. It was an interesting group of people the other night.
The thing about the tour this year, I mean, what I'm doing now is to promote this new single of mine called New York, which is going to be on the album, of course. But
how appropriate, right?
Yeah, exactly. So I said, I have to get on Evan's show, talk about the song, let New Yorkers know I'm doing a song about New York.
And as a performer who travels all around the world, I mean, literally around the world, you're always in India and all these interesting places. Why does New York mean so much to you?
The first time I came to New York to do gigs, and we met for the first time at Gizzy's, and the people here, the place, it just made me feel like I belong here, like I want to be here all the time. Every chance I get, I'd like to come and hang out here and do my music. I met great musicians, and the reason I'm doing this song in New York and promoting it in New York is I'm bringing a lot of New York musicians to join
Tell us about some of them.
Yeah, so Jasmine Clemente, of course, I'm going to get her to do part of the vocals with me, the backing vocals, the harmonies, and a great artist that I've met at my last gig was Muzz Skillings.
From Living Color.
From Living Color.
Oh my
so
God!
He wants to do the bass on the song, So
I've seen Living Color probably a half dozen times. They're as great now, if not greater, than 30 years ago.
Exactly.
Tremendous.
Yes.
Tremendous.
So to get Muzz Skillings on the bass for that, and going to work with a couple of rappers as well to do the rap. I was talking to you about that the other day. Sure. So hopefully Cooley High and one of those guys coming in.
I love Cooley High. The theme music from this show is Cooley High's music.
So having all these New Yorkers joining me, musicians joining me on the song called New York.
Perfect.
I think that could really take it to a different level.
Absolutely.
So
absolutely.
I'm excited about that.
And for those who missed you on your first appearance here, give us a little background. You've been out there as a indie musician, very successful.
They call me breakthrough indie musician. I don't know how breakthrough I am, but I've been doing it on my own. I take pride with my DIY thing.
Right.
I'm also a filmmaker. I make my music videos. I make music videos for other artists, and I own kind of a record label, a production company, and it's doing pretty all right.
We've had million-selling artists in America. For example, Raheem DeVaughn, who's a great R&B singer, who ultimately they go indie. Rather than dealing with the record companies, let's keep 100% instead of a minute fraction.
Well, I am indie, but I used to have, say, major distribution deals with Times, with Sony. I've had that. I've been with BMG before they were BMG Sony.
Right.
So I've done that, and I'm okay with distribution deals.
Right.
But when it comes to rights to your music, to being a label who's taking care of your stuff, as a musician, there's nothing better than being indie.
Okay.
But if you're signed to a major, of course, there's a lot of money to support you. You can do what you want to do. But there is a way to do what you want to do and make a decent living being indie, if you're smart enough.
There you go.
And I got nominated for the MTV Europe Music Awards, I got on VH1 Top 10 with my stuff that I've done on my own, my bedroom, you know. So
Wow.
So doing things like that, and
congratulations.
So it shows you that you can do it and compete with the guys who are spending millions of bucks in a studio.
That's right.
You open up a studio in your bedroom, be creative enough.
You ever see the video with D'Angelo, who's making a comeback? He's sitting there just with a guitar singing totally naked,
Yeah.
in black and white. You know, it couldn't be any simpler, and it was great.
It's all about creativity.
It was great.
And a
Same
great
thing
song.
with
That's all
movies.
you need.
The Coen Brothers winning Best Picture for Fargo, you know, and knocking when they were independent. So it's basically who you are, and if you're lucky, and all the chips fall and the stars are aligned.
Fall in the right place, yeah.
That's right. That's right. So speaking of videos, why don't you set up the video we're going to show now?
Oh, talk about the video.
Your video, yeah.
This is. I think you're going to play
Movies.
That was one of my favorite songs, and a lot of the artists I'm working with love that song, and they're upset with me that I didn't work with them, as in get them into the song.
Okay.
But it's a very romantic song. I don't write too many romantic songs, but this one is super romantic, you know. And it got on VH1 Top 10
Wow.
internationally, and
How
a couple of
great is
other
that? Good for you.
couple of other charts, download charts, and mobile download charts and things like that. So
That's great.
and I directed the video
Wow.
from in front of the camera.
Wow. All right, so let's check it out, folks. Movies. Oliver Shawn.
And I don't wanna look out the window at the rain, and I don't wanna cry myself sleep in the pain, and I don't wanna think of her when I'm lying next to you at night, 'cause this ain't right. 'Cause I wanna love you like movies, and I wanna get down on my knees, and I wanna ask you if you'll marry me. Stop the rain, stop the rain coming down on me. Down this highway, there's miles to go, burning bridges as I go. I think I'll stop and look inside, 'cause it ain't right. 'Cause I wanna love you like movies, and I wanna get down on my knees, and I wanna ask you if you'll marry me. Stop the rain, stop the rain coming down on me. Miles to go, I'm looking back down my rearview mirror. There's miles to go in life. Cause I wanna love you like movies, and I wanna get down on my knees,
Oliver Shawn movies
Movies.
with the massive guitar collection. Tell us about that.
I collect guitars. I'm a big guitar collector, and it's less about owning the guitars. It's more about loving the guitars. I just fall in love with a good guitar, you know. So I came to New York this time and walked into Guitar Center, and I saw the guitar of my dreams, literally.
And what was that?
It was the Martin D42, one of the most expensive guitars.
Now you should call them, and you should be endorsing them and making some serious money.
I know, it's right there.
All right.
And that's
I don't know if Martin needs the endorsement, but
Martin doesn't need that.
maybe Guitar Center you could help
But a
them.
D42, a D45, this is the top range of Martin. And I always thought I'd buy a D45, maybe, you know, if I ever get like to a different stage of my career. You know, everyone has their own like a level in your head that you want to reach, but I couldn't help myself.
Who are some guitarists that have influenced you?
Oh, some of the biggest ones have been B.B. King, of course, which passed away. That was a huge thing. I did a gig a couple of days after he passed away, and there were these blues guitar players at the gig opening for me, and then I called all of them up on stage, and we did a jam, one of my blues tracks, and dedicated it to B.B. King. But B.B. King, Eric Clapton, you know, these are the guys I kind of grew up to.
Sure.
You know, all the blues greats, really.
Paul Butterfield just inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame with that incredible band, right? I mean...
I didn't see the show. But
yeah, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, yeah. Amazing band.
He had his due. I mean, he's one of the first that really brought that sound.
Well, the blues
Butterfield, well, of American, white American singers. You know, he was doing it in the 50s.
Yeah.
You know, before the whole 60s, before everybody in England discovered what was already known here in America.
But I think the biggest would be Robert Johnson, you know.
Oh, sure.
And Eric Clapton kind of copied Robert Johnson, and that's how it got into, I think, the white side of
didn't everybody copy Robert Johnson? Actually,
so I think that's what...
It's a little before Eric Clapton. I mean, Harry Smith in the 50s, and other people were kind of discovering, and Butterfield really discovered those guys before Clapton, but you know, I mean, maybe around the same time.
Clapton just turned 70.
To the major mainstream.
Sure.
Pete Townsend, Eric Clapton,
Jeff Beck.
Beck, I mean, Eric Bird, and all those guys kind of discovered what was already happening in America.
Right.
You know, it's
music is the universal language, and we're going to hear a live set from Oliver Shawn later.
Yeah, very soon. Yeah, you're going to hear my new song.
Looking forward to hearing New York.
New York, yeah. So it's kind of has two meanings to it. Maybe I'm singing about the city, or maybe I'm singing about the girl. You never know.
Oh, look at
maybe
that.
both. Yeah.
It'll work, cause you know.
And I'm going to do another song. It's called The First Move. So what's happening is my new sound is more acoustic. I'm going very unplugged now.
Right.
I've started listening to a lot of Jack Johnson. I don't know if you
Oh, sure.
my friend T. So my sound.
Jack Johnson, not the fighter, is it?
That's a musician.
Because I know Miles Davis did a record for Jack Johnson.
That's right.
So I want to go with more unplugged sound. I like that because it brings forward the song how I've written it.
You could sing the phone book; it would sound good. No, really, I'm jaded. I've seen everybody, and I'm a fan. Seriously, I'm not just saying that because you're sitting here. I came to your gig the other night.
Yes, Evan was there. My goodness.
I'm invited to gigs every night. Half the time I don't show up. Oliver hits town, I show up. So we're looking forward to hearing you. Plug anything you want to plug.
Oh well, please go to my website. You know, to olivershawn.com, and Shawn is spelled S-E-A-N. A lot of Americans spell it S-H-A-U-N. Right. And so it's olivershawn.com, and my Facebook page is really picking up right now. It's facebook.com/Oliver Shawn Band, and Twitter. I'm on Twitter as well, Oliver Shawn, and check out my music. I'm on iTunes and all the other websites.
All right. Yeah. The great Oliver Shawn. And speaking of great, the Ebonys out of Philly, million-selling artist. They'll be with us right after this very brief timeout. For nearly a decade, Evan Ginsberg's Legends Radio has featured interviews with the greatest names in the arts and sports. Heard worldwide at legendsradio.net, the program has featured these great musical legends: Ray Manzarek of The Doors, Billy Corgan of Smashing Pumpkins, Judy Collins, Roberta Flack, and many more. Stars from movies, TV, and comedy have included Jenny McCarthy, Wayne Brady, 30 Rock's Judah Friedlander, Shelley Berman, Jackie the Joke Man Martling, David Allen Greer, and Paul Mooney. Stars of pro wrestling and MMA include Bruno Sammartino, Rowdy Roddy Piper, Superstar Billy Graham, and Frank Shamrock. Co-hosted by renowned journalist Dr. Mike Lano, Legends Radio is heard Wednesdays 7 p.m. to 9:20 p.m. Eastern Standard. We are archived 24/7 with hundreds of hours of classic interviews. Legends Radio also features the best in indie music, showcasing talent deserving wider exposure.
I'm from Brooklyn, baby. Don't forget the gravy.
We are soldiers.
You missed the birth of your mother and father. Don't you dare miss Evan Ginsberg's Legends Radio.
Yo, what's up, y'all? This is me, GMC, in the place to be, the greatest MC in history. There will never be an MC greater than me. And right about now, the only place for you to be is with your one and only Madhouse TV.
You are the man.
After all the candles are blown out, after the last toast of the night, Cambridge paving stones with Armortech stand the test of time. Beautifully designed, built to last. Only Cambridge paving stones have Armortech, our unique process that produces a rich, distinctive color. Create your own memories with Cambridge paving stones. Visit CambridgePavers.com.
Cambridge paving stones with Armortech will always look like new.
This is Beth.
Hi.
Oh, congratulations. When are you due?
I'm not pregnant.
Oh, look at that. Excuse me.
You're totally thin.
You look very sexy.
For life's bleachable moments, all it takes is 3/4 of a cup.
think this is a good time to tell you. You're doing okay, Mom. I can call you Mom, right? I know we haven't known each other very long, but you seem like a real keeper. You're not perfect. There was that strained carrots incident, but you're trying. You pick up my bottle every time I toss it out of my stroller. That's high comedy to an 8-month-old. You hum the Barber of Seville when you wash my hair. So cool. And your rub-downs are out of this world. Anyway, I want you to know how much I appreciate you. You know, right? How much I love you. You're doing okay, Mom.
All right, we are back with Legends TV, and speaking of legends, we are honored to have from Philadelphia, the Ebonys. Introduce yourselves, please.
My name is William Smoke Howard.
I'm Ken Chaney.
I'm Geneva Wilkes.
Ray Kennyborough.
And you've probably heard this question a million times, but please tell us how the Ebonys started and give us a little background.
Now that is a long story, and I don't think we have enough time to get into that. But
well, give us the condensed version.
All right. Ebonys really started in the '60s, mid '60s, and the original Ebonys started with the guy named David Beasley. He was the first tenor. They weren't called the Ebonys at that time. However, it kind of magnified itself into that. People just called it. I forget what the original name was. But came out in '71 with the first Philly International hit. The Ebonys has the distinction of that, and that was called "You're the Reason Why."
Beautiful song.
Yeah, that was '71, and I think "Determination" came out at the same time. Then a little later on, "Life in the Country." That was a semi-hit for us. And "Forever" came out, I think in '73. Mm-hmm. So we've had some top hits, but over the years, a few of the members have changed, you know. But here we are now, and we're just as strong as ever.
There you go. And you have a song coming out. Tell us about that.
Oh my goodness. We can't wait for the people to see this, and you guys can't wait to see it and hear it, because we do have a video with it also. But the song is called "What Did You Do Today?" It was written by myself and Rich Waller. We made a few changes to it over the last year or so, and Mr. Chaney here got a hold of it, and we really put some harmonies and stuff into it to make it, modernize it, but keep that soul into it, that old flavor, but modernize it, and it's good for dancing, cha-cha, bop, whatever you want. And we can't wait for the people to hear it. It's called "What Did You Do Today?"
There you go.
And it's a song to get your heart pumping and make your feet move.
Right. So still recording, still touring, still gigging, still doing TV appearances. It's amazing, amazing.
Absolutely, and we plan on doing a lot more. You know, this is just a start of our new adventure that we are going to be doing, because we're coming out with an album also.
On our show, we have music from all different genres, and I get very upset when people start saying things like, blues are dead, jazz is dead, doo-wop's dead, R&B's dead, everything's dead, but it isn't. What's that all about?
Nothing's dead.
Nothing's dead.
No, people that listen to it die.
Yeah, that one at Coleman's dead, but the music's still there.
Wow. No, right. I mean it just keeps revolving, and you get new audiences. So
Shaka Khan played the festival at Prospect Park last week. There were 20,000 people there. Yeah. So obviously there's still a love for this music.
Of course.
You know, when promoted well, when it's the right show with the right promoter, and you know, I find it very offensive when people say things like that.
It is. We get young kids that like what we do. So
sure.
Absolutely. It's you can't tell. You know who's going to react.
And we're looking for that right promoter. You want to make some money off of the Ebonys? Call me.
There you go. Okay.
That's all. We're ready and willing.
We've interviewed people like Billy Paul, who tells us that a lot of the work is overseas. It's in Europe, it's in Asia. Why is it that in America, where the music came from, you know, the audience, you know, sometimes is neglectful, let's say?
The people in Europe study our music. Here, I think they hear it so much and you have so many outlets for it that it's like if it's not a great hit or something that grabs you and stays for a long time, well, music has no longevity anymore. You know, it's in and out. But over there, and I've traveled over there.
Sure.
As a single artist, I travel over there. And I'm telling you, the people, you can walk down the street and they recognize it.
Wow.
And I never even thought that would happen. And just walked into the place and they called my name. Talked to them about music that I did back in college, and they knew about that music. They study it. Over here, there are people around, but they're far and few. But over there, they love it, and they wonder why. The same question you just asked me. Why is it that you guys aren't recognized or appreciated as much in America as we appreciate it?
It's the same thing with jazz. A lot of the artists move to Europe. It's yeah. So speaking of great artists, who are some of the folks that have influenced you over the years?
You guys?
Mine would actually be Natalie Cole.
Okay.
Natalie Cole was one of my influences, and Gladys Knight, and Whitney Houston.
Yeah. Gladys Knight is still unbelievable. Natalie Cole's still out there. Yeah. So great music always does last. And gentlemen, who are some of the folks that influenced you?
For me, it was Donny Hathaway.
Oh, yeah.
But at the same time, Eddie Kendricks.
Right, sure.
You know, because you'll hear me. I do both.
Well, you got to go back further than that.
Marvin Gaye.
Come on back to the orchestra. Go back to the orchestra.
Oh, yeah. Oh, where I first started. I had the opportunity when I was 13 years old to do a sacred concert with Duke Ellington. So,
wow.
So I go back.
John is an avid jazz fan. Tell us a little about that experience working with Ellington.
It was crazy.
Period in what, the 60s when he was doing?
Yeah, it was 65, I think it was.
It's famous. Those are wonderfully recorded.
It was crazy. It wasn't so much, I didn't get a chance to really talk with him. I did get a chance to dress with him in a dressing room.
Right.
We didn't talk. But it was a choir situation. You know, his sacred concert, he had choirs that accompanied his band and orchestra. And I lucked up and just ended up in the right place at the right time. And my first job was on the stage at the Academy of Music.
Wow.
You know, it was in Philly, so
as a 13-year-old, did you fully realize this is Duke Ellington?
Oh yeah, because my mother was really into jazz, and we had Duke Ellington albums and whatnot, so it was great for me. It's like,
did you do it in other places? I mean, not that that's exciting, but did he do the? Because I know he did a few.
Yeah, he did it there. We did one in. We did it. That was when Lincoln Center in D.C. had just opened up, and we did a show one down there. We did one up here in New York, in Manhattan. We did the Lambertville Music Circus. So I got a chance to move around. Yeah, I got a chance to move around on some nice stages. And so that was my beginning. So.
Great. Yeah. And any other influences?
I was probably influenced most by the R&B singer Jackie Wilson.
Oh, yeah.
And saying that because my father had the opportunity to work with him. My father was also a vocalist.
Work with Jackie Wilson?
Yes, so, I mean, I listened to Jackie Wilson day in and day out.
Wow.
And then came Smokey Robinson, Delphonics.
Yeah.
And things of that sort, so that was good.
When you hear people say that Michael Jackson was the greatest performer ever, I say, what about James Brown and Jackie Wilson? Maybe Sam Cooke? What's your take on that?
Well, Michael Jackson studied James Brown.
Absolutely. Exactly. The Tammy Show.
He was a great combination of James Brown and Fred Astaire.
Fred Astaire.
He put those two together.
Exactly.
That's a crazy combination, but look what it created.
Exactly.
Look what it created.
That was the spin. Yeah,
that was the
spin.
I mean, you take the same analogies as a Kobe Bryant and a Michael Jordan. Well, Kobe had the opportunity to study Michael. Michael had the opportunity to study Julius Erving.
Yeah,
so you learn from, and you build on that.
And I haven't seen either one of them dance.
That's right.
Maybe they can.
Maybe Dr. J.
Exactly.
Yeah, he can fly.
I've probably watched that footage of James Brown and the Tammy Show 50 times. I think that's as great as anything ever recorded.
Yeah.
I mean, the footage of him at the end of the Tammy Show, right before the Rolling Stones came on, it's amazing. And you know, Michael Jackson did some amazing stuff, but he was lip syncing while he was doing it.
I'm sure there were things even before, because everybody come, even James Brown, there were people dancing for many years.
Exactly.
Cab
Exactly. It's all a learning process. You know?
Well, James Brown was influenced by Little Willie John, and you know, everybody was influenced by somebody.
All right.
Yeah.
I saw a guy in a 1930s black and white musical doing the moonwalk.
Oh yeah.
This was before James,
That's
before
right.
Michael,
Yeah,
and it was amazing. Hey,
they took their footage from, you know.
Yeah.
And
So,
speaking
except
of,
they weren't, you know, except for the film, there was no, you know, now with television, everything became
Right.
into
It's the
millions.
media.
Exactly.
It's the media that we have now.
Right.
You can put that stuff
And
out
now the
there.
internet, my God, it's
It's
even
crazy.
and speaking of great live performances, we're going to see a brief clip of you in action. So enjoy, folks. The Ebonys live. All right, the Ebonys live. And when you look back at your careers, what are some of the highlights? Any particular gigs, places you've been to?
You know, the best thing I can say is the overall experience with performing from the beginning to now. I've been blessed to be around some great, beautiful, nice people. I mean, from the heart, and you know, it's the type of people you don't have to look over your shoulder. This industry is known for you know,
brutal
things that but I've been able to relax, do things, enjoy myself, and that's what I love doing. I just love enjoying myself, and these guys are great. I mean, Neva came in; she's the youngest in the group, and the prettiest.
Okay, okay.
And so she makes us look good. But she's got that old flavor for a young lady. I'm not going to tell her age, but she's a young lady.
Not that young, but.
That's great. That's great.
So anyway, but what's your name? Ray joined us. He's the youngest one as far as being in the group, and he just filled right in from, you know, because one of the other guys got sick. The first tenor we had before, Ken took his place. He passed away, Mackenzie. And I've just been blessed to be around, and you know, just to say these. So the Ebony never lost the Ebony. It's always gotten stronger and better, and the personalities are just match what we should be, what the Ebonys are, and that's class.
Aging like fine wine.
Absolutely.
Class.
Absolutely.
You know, I love groups who are great stage performers, like, of course, the Temptations, but I particularly love Felipe Wynn with the Spinners. Oh my God. You know, I saw them live in the 70s, and I don't think I've ever seen anything better. I mean, Felipe Wynn with the Spinners.
He was hot.
Oh, unbelievable, unbelievable. And we're going to see you guys live later in the show. You're going to finish out the show.
You sing?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Oh, and this is the cover for...
Tell us about it.
For What Did You Do Today? If you see this, whenever you see it, tune into it, because this is our cover. It should be coming out June the 16th. That's this coming Tuesday. It will be coming out.
All right.
So that's the release date for it. And the video should be coming out with it or shortly after, so look on YouTube for the video for it.
And please plug any social media or any websites, any upcoming gigs, anything you want to plug the next
Well, you can go
shows.
to theebonys.com, www.theebonys.com. That's THEEBONYS.com.
All right, all right. Looking forward to hearing you, and we want to thank Anthony Pistori and Rob Russin and anybody that helped us put all of this together.
Yeah.
And we're going to have great live music later in the show. A poetry set from John Winell. Plug your book, John.
Oh, I'll hold it up because I usually have it on the shelf over there.
With the Strand bag over there. Speaking of great books.
They don't need it. And I can advertise my Who shirt, but yeah, this is just my book in case people are interested. Poems for Everyday People, and they're poems about the city, New York, and just as it filters through my own eyes and head and ears and all the senses. And I have from these, and some new ones, and you can contact me at JONWINELL at Yahoo or at Facebook if your heart desires, and we'll get, if you're interested, we'll get you a copy.
All right. So coming up, Oliver Shawn, poet John Winell, the Ebonys. We're turning into Ed Sullivan in a few minutes. We're going live to the stage. Next week, Sheldon Price, great R&B singer out of Philly as well. So don't you dare go anywhere, folks. More of Legends TV after this very brief timeout.
$1.3 million women are victims of physical assault by an intimate partner each year. According to the National Coalition Against Domestic Violence, the majority of cases aren't reported to the police. Most people who are in an abusive relationship don't even know they're in one. The truth is, all abusive relationships boil down to one thing: control.
How do you like it? My new dress.
Are you out of your mind? You look like a prostitute. We're not going out with you dressed up like that in public.
But what am I supposed to wear?
Wear something decent. You can't wear that out in public. We're going to be late. Get back in there and pick a different outfit. I'm going to go run some errands. I'll be back in 30 minutes. Please be ready, okay?
Fine, I'll change. Fine.
Abuse is not always physical, leaving wounds that are visible on the outside. Emotional abuse is just as painful, only these wounds are hidden on the inside.
Are you out of your mind? You're crazy. You look like a prostitute.
Know that abuse is abuse, no matter what the form.
Look at me.
Oh my God, what's wrong with me?
Physical abuse scars the body.
I just want him to love me.
But mental abuse scars the mind.
What you just saw was an example of a relationship that is emotionally abusive. Nobody has the right to tell you how to dress or how to act. If someone really cares for you, they won't tear you down. They will build you up.
How do you like it?
Wow. You look great. Fantastic. But then again, you look great all the time.
Thank you. I was hoping you'd like it. It's my new dress. I bought it just so we could go out tonight.
You look stunning.
Thank you. But I think I'm going to take a sweater just in case it gets cold tonight.
Great idea. I'm going to take one too. Let's go.
All relationships are not perfect, but a healthy relationship is when two people bring out the best in each other and have each other's good in mind. Take your time to know someone instead of rushing into something. It is better not to involve yourself with an abusive person than to try and get out of a domestic violence situation.
If someone is abusive to you and you need help, please call the Domestic Violence Hotline at 1-800-799-SAFE. That's 1-800-799-SAFE. They have highly trained experts available 24/7 who will speak with you confidentially and offer information regarding the unhealthy aspects of your relationship, resources, or immediate support for victims to find safety and live lives free of abuse. Domestic violence affects us all.
It affects us all.
It affects us all.
모두에게 영향을 줍니다.
Che ci ricarte tutte.
It affects us all.
Domestic violence.
Okay, and all the way from England, Oliver Shawn.
Thank you, John.
For Legends TV and the Madhouse, and from Pete Townsend too.
The Who, right there. All right, this song's called The First Move from the new CD that's coming out very soon. Goes like this.
It's been a long time coming. I've been meaning to tell you. I wanna hold you and kiss you so bad. And I guess you figured out I'm kinda shy. When I see you smiling, I get tongue-tied. So listen to the song, baby. This is me telling you, maybe you should make the first move, 'cause that'll be the right move. And I'll be kissing you. We won't waste another moment tonight. Toot toot. Toot-toot-toot-toot. 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 You look smoking in that black dress while you're smoking that cigarette. I wanna ask you out, I wanna make you mine. And we could be good together, could even be forever. Or we could take it slow, or as fast as Superman flies. So listen to this song, baby. This is me telling you, maybe you should make the first move, 'cause that'll be the right move, and I'll be kissing you. We won't waste another moment tonight. So listen to this song, baby. This is me telling you, maybe you should make the first move, 'cause that'll be the right move, and I'll be kissing you. We won't waste another moment tonight. Just a very simple song. I wrote this song for a girl in Sweden, and I thought she'd come back, and she didn't. So whatever. I'm just kidding. This one's called New York, and I'd like to invite my friend Jasmine Clemente, who's joining me on this song, for some backing vocals. And we have some other New York musicians joining us too, but not today on the show. So this is called New York, and it's a song that we're really promoting on this stripped down summer tour that we're doing. Jasmine, you ready? I'm ready. Yeah. Let's go like this. Oh my God, you're so damn pretty. Looking at my mouth and every word of the songs that I sing. Smiles at me as she catches me staring. Look at New York pretty, she could change everything. All my walls are breaking voluntarily as I sing for her in New York City. Whoa, every move, every breath, every word that you say. Whoa, whoa, I'm coming home. Whoa, whoa, I want you in the front row of my life now, baby. Whoa, whoa, I said whoa, whoa. New York, New York. Singing every word I've ever written. Everyone and everything in this room just fades away. And every kiss from you, I imagine, will be more than enough, girl, to make me stay. Well, all my walls are breaking as she sings to me from the front row of my gig in New York City. Whoa, whoa, every move, every breath, every word that you say. Whoa, whoa, I'm coming home. Whoa, whoa, I want you in the front row of my life now, baby. Whoa, whoa, I said whoa, whoa. New York, woo. New York. One more time, come on. New York. Every breath, every word that you say. Whoa, whoa, I'm coming home. Whoa, I want you in the front row of my life now, baby. Whoa, whoa, I said whoa, whoa. New York, New York, New York. Jasmine. Woo. New York. Yeah. Come on. New York. On Legends TV in Long Island. New York. Thank you. All right, we'll do one more song, as Tommy says. Thank you, Jasmine.
All right, Oliver.
Instead of giving you some of my newer songs, I'll give you some of my older songs. All right, this one's called I Like It. This was my very first hit. It's getting really loud. It's okay, no, the drums.
Everybody staring at us. I kinda like it, the way you turn around and kiss me in public. I kinda like it when you wear that bikini on the beach. I like it when you kiss me. I like it when you touch me. I like it when we make love. Yes, I like it. Well, I like it. When you whisper to me, I kinda like it. The sweet enough things you say with your eyes, I kinda like it. And when you touch me, baby, we're all alone. I like it when you kiss me. I like it when you touch me. I like it when we make love. Yes, I like it. Well, I like it. Everybody's talking about us. I kinda like it, the way you hold me so tight on the motorbike. I kinda like it. You gotta listen to this. When you take your clothes off, we're all alone. What you gonna say? The Ebonys, are you gonna sing with me? It goes like this. I like it. Come on. When you kiss me, I like it. When you touch me, I like it. When we make love, yes, I like it. One more time. I like it. When you kiss me, I like it. Woo! When you touch me, I like it. When we make love, yes, I like it. Well, I like it. Thank you. Thank you very much. Oliver Sean signing up for Legends TV.
For nearly a decade, Evan Ginsberg's Legends Radio has featured interviews with the greatest names in the arts and sports.
Heard worldwide at legendsradio.net. The program has featured these great musical legends: Ray Manzarek of The Doors, Billy Corgan of Smashing Pumpkins, Judy Collins, Roberta Flack, and many more. Stars from movies, TV, and comedy have included Jenny McCarthy, Wayne Brady, 30 Rock's Judah Friedlander, Shelley Berman, Jackie the Joke Man Martling, David Allen Greer, and Paul Mooney. Stars of pro wrestling and MMA include Bruno Sammartino, Rowdy Roddy Piper, Superstar Billy Graham, and Frank Shamrock. Co-hosted by renowned journalist Dr. Mike Lano, Legends Radio is heard Wednesdays 7 p.m. to 9:20 p.m. Eastern Standard. We are archived 24/7 with hundreds of hours of classic interviews. Legends Radio also features the best in indie music, showcasing talent deserving wider exposure.
I'm from Brooklyn, baby. Don't forget the gravy.
We are soldiers.
You missed the birth of your mother and father. Don't you dare miss Evan Ginsberg's Legends Radio.
My name is Dr. Robert Brevard. I'm here for Multi-Medicine in Westbury, New York. We're located at 1065 Old Country Road, Suite 214. Been here for about 15 years. The practice has medical doctors, physical therapists, chiropractors, acupuncturists. We also do pain management, and we have orthopedists on staff. Here at Advanced Multi-Medicine Rehabilitation, we've got physical therapists on staff who treat an array of conditions, from neck pain to back pain, shoulder pain. We treat carpal tunnel. We treat a lot of car accident patients, slip and falls. We treat patients with knee injuries, with ankle injuries. We have state-of-the-art equipment. We've been here for over 15 years. Vast array of diagnostic testing, from x-rays to EMGs. What is an EMG? It's a diagnostic test that allows a doctor to determine where the pinched nerve is. Cora is a physical therapist at Advanced Multi-Medicine and Rehabilitation. She's working on Stephanie, who was involved recently in an automobile accident. Stephanie has tight thoracic and cervical musculature, and Cora is doing some myofascial release work and some therapeutic stretching, doing it to help her with her pain. Vicky is also a patient here at Advanced Multi-Medicine and Rehabilitation. Vicky is now working her leg muscles, specifically her quadricep muscles, trying to strengthen them after an injury she sustained. If you find yourself in need of any type of physical therapy, please don't hesitate to call Advanced Multi-Medicine and Rehabilitation, located in Westbury, New York, in Suite 214. Phone number is 516-334-7000, or find us on our website at advancedmultimedicine.com.
Donuts are always fresh. I made the donuts. We make them at least twice every day. Time to make the donuts. Not a few kinds, like supermarket. Made the donuts. Time to make the donuts. But up to 52 varieties. The donuts. Time to make the donuts. I made the donuts. Dunkin' Donuts, up to 52 varieties, fresh day and night. No supermarket can say.
Shadow of a cloud. Cold air brushes skin, hair like tendrils electric, grasp water from the gray sky. The arc of a year closing, turning as birds return and trees sprout petals. to rise in darkness, sheathed from the wind, yet burned by its passing fury. Only then to realize that all is illusion and the tapestry of days are woven from our humble wounds. Love and forgiveness. Time passes light through a pyramid of clouds. Once the sweet scent of love drifted on a crow's wing to hold your black feathers, our hearts timed together, tick, tick, boom. The night has released a sliver of light. Walk along the edge of a river, reflections in your eyes, perched along my shoulder to taste morsels from the breath of sky. This transitory nightmare from which we seek refuge, love and forgiveness, a sniff of salt water collapses as the moon climbs above the steel strands along the bridge, a spider's miracle, a flight towards a portal of stars. Bare trees scrape robin's egg blue, clear as hands now empty, left prints on all fallen bodies. I listened to the sounds of morning as light strayed through flowers that smiled inside the apartment, where music danced and shadows told their stories to the wind. The girl in the corner, sun-blasted afternoon, walking mirage, ride a camel to the oasis. Music offers comfort of ages, loneliness, sadness, the hand of kindness offered. The girl in the corner laughs, reddened skin, gonna sting later, head full of stars. Tonight, heat rose past the painted clouds. Early morning blindness dissipated like a bad aroma. I wait by the river and watch the gulls float. Passing of a red sun. In times of broken arrows, horses lying bloody in a field, a warrior, face painted, offers his chest to the sun, tosses an eagle feather into the wind, somehow to return from the field once known, scattered like poppy seeds, seeking refuge in a fragile heart. And this is for DW. It's called The Woodpile. Fluorescent tubes slow time, sleepy confusion, residues of days past, counting time deep within the belly of the Holland Tunnel until the inevitable slip into another state. We've all grown, each of us uglier, a widened rift between us. What is it? Was it that long ago we ran away, only to get our heads bashed in the schoolyard? We passed through smelly terminals, waiting while battles erupted with deaf beggars who only wanted change, and we had nothing to give. Each time we wake, sorrow's uncertainty gapes from the mirror, wondering how the beautiful boy who'd flown to the moon on the back of a camel took his life near the woodpile, the one we stacked so evenly. I didn't know I had time. I have time? Okay. I'll read this last one, and then I'll pass it to the Ebonys. It's called The Trees Are So Green. Outside windows wander, dogs chase each other, exclaiming joy in each gorgeous profile of barks. The sun ignites colors as local trees exhale through precious green. There's a timelessness to it all. Just open your lungs and breathe. The aromas take you back to where mountain air was so fresh it hurt, and nothing but a curious dragonfly stirred the riptides of solitude. Thank you.
My name is Dr. Robert Brevard. I'm here for Multi-Medicine in Westbury, New York. We're located at 1065 Old Country Road, Suite 214. Been here for about 15 years. The practice has medical doctors, physical therapists, chiropractors, acupuncturists. We also do pain management, and we have orthopedists on staff. Here at Advanced Multi-Medicine Rehabilitation, we've got physical therapists on staff who treat an array of conditions, from neck pain to back pain, shoulder pain. We treat carpal tunnel. We treat a lot of car accident patients, slip and falls. We treat patients with knee injuries, with ankle injuries. We have state-of-the-art equipment. We've been here for over 15 years. Vast array of diagnostic testing, from x-rays to EMGs. What is an EMG? It's a diagnostic test that allows a doctor to determine where the pinched nerve is. Cora is a physical therapist at Advanced Multi-Medicine and Rehabilitation. She's working on Stephanie, who was involved recently in an automobile accident. Stephanie has tight thoracic and cervical musculature, and Cora is doing some myofascial release work and some therapeutic stretching, doing it to help her with her pain. Vicky is also a patient here at Advanced Multi-Medicine and Rehabilitation. Vicky is now working her leg muscles, specifically her quadricep muscles, trying to strengthen them after an injury she sustained. If you find yourself in need of any type of physical therapy, please don't hesitate to call Advanced Multi-Medicine and Rehabilitation, located in Westbury, New York, in Suite 214. Phone number is 516-334-7000, or find us on our website at advancedmultimedicine.com.
For nearly a decade, Evan Ginsberg's Legends Radio has featured interviews with the greatest names in the arts and sports. Heard worldwide at legendsradio.net, the program has featured these great musical legends: Ray Manzarek of The Doors, Billy Corgan of Smashing Pumpkins, Judy Collins, Roberta Flack, and many more. Stars from movies, TV, and comedy have included Jenny McCarthy, Wayne Brady, 30 Rock's Judah Friedlander, Shelley Berman, Jackie the Joke Man Martling, David Allen Greer, and Paul Mooney. Stars of pro wrestling and MMA include Bruno Sammartino, Rowdy Roddy Piper, Superstar Billy Graham, and Frank Shamrock. Co-hosted by renowned journalist Dr. Mike Lano, Legends Radio is heard Wednesdays 7 p.m. to 9:20 p.m. Eastern Standard. We are archived 24/7 with hundreds of hours of classic interviews. Legends Radio also features the best in indie music, showcasing talent deserving wider exposure.
I'm from Brooklyn, baby. Don't forget the gravy.
We are soldiers.
You missed the birth of your mother and father. Don't you dare miss Evan Ginsberg's Legends Radio.
baby, 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 baby. Just because of you, I'm a happy guy. You're the reason why. Just because of you, I'm a happy guy. You're the reason why. I feel like a king sitting high on top of the world. If my heart could sing, I'd sing a love song to you, girl. You are the reason that I feel this way. And every time I see you, I just want to say, yeah, yeah, yeah. Just because of you, I'm a happy guy. You're the reason why. Just because of you, I'm a happy guy. You're the reason why. Listen, I feel like a child that found a brand new toy. All the love that you bring, you fill my heart with so much joy. You are the reason, and I feel this way. And I hope and I pray you'll never get your love away. Yeah, 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 yeah. Baby, 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 baby. Just because of you, I'm a happy guy. You're the reason why. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. Baby, 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 baby. Just because of you, I'm a happy guy. Come on. Just because of you, I'm a happy guy. You're the reason why. Baby, 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 baby. Just because of you, I'm a happy guy. You're the reason why. Just because of you, I'm a happy guy. You're the reason why. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. All right. How y'all doing out there? Ladies and gentlemen, our first celebrity entertainment, with me to look is our soprano, second tenor, Mr. Ray King. My name is William Smoke Howard, and this time when we come back, we're going to do something that will last you a very, very long time. How long am I
be you sleeping with me. Just as long as the sun stays in the sky, that's so long it's gonna be. We'll stay together. La 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 la. Forever. Make you mine. You wanna know how long will we live in fantasy? Somebody help me. Hey, baby. Woo, woo. Wanna know how long will I shed the tears that you cry? Just as long as one and one are two. That's how long it's gonna be. Gonna be forever, forever, forever. Hey baby, look here, gotta stay together. Forever. Hey baby, look at here, gotta be forever, forever, forever. La 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 la. Sometimes it makes me want more. Forever. Forever. Just got to make your mind on mine. Hey, baby. Just gotta make you all mine. Just gotta make you all mine. Hey, baby. Just gotta make you all mine. Just gotta make you all mine. Hey, baby. Just gotta make you all mine. Just gotta make you all mine. La 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 la. Just gotta make you all mine. Just gotta make you all mine. Don't go, baby. Just gotta make you all mine. Just gotta make you all mine. La 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 la. Just gotta make you all mine. Just gotta make you all mine. Hey baby, hey baby. Just gotta make you all mine. Just gotta make you all mine. Sometimes I make you wanna sing a la la. La 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 la. Oh, can we do it again? La 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 la. La la. And then I like to make it sweet for you, baby. Forever. Baby, baby. Forever. Forever.
forever. Hey, baby. Forever. Talking about you, baby, and only you. Forever. Forever. Hey, baby. Thank you. New. This is a new joint. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. Somebody got to start this thing. It might as well be me. Now listen. There's a world in despair. What did you do today? There's a world that needs repair. What did you do today? If you find happiness when someone else is blessed, would you do it? Would you do it? Tell me. Would you do it? If you feel one's need by doing one good deed, would you do it? Would you do it? Would you do it? What did you do today? What did you do to make a problem lighter? What did you do? What did you do today? What did you do to make the world a little brighter? Hey, hey, hey. Did you say hey? Hey. How you doing? How are you? Yeah. Did you say hey? Hey, hey, hey. I got much love for you. Now listen. Someone needs inspiration. What did you do today? What did you do? Someone's feeling desperation. What did you do today? What did you do? If you find happiness when someone else is blessed, would you do it? Would you do it? Would you Tell do me, it? Would you do it? If you feel one's need by doing just one good deed, would you do it? Would you do it? Would you do it? What did you do today? What did you do to make a problem lighter? What did you do? What did you do today? What did you do to make the world a little brighter? Hey, hey, hey. Did you say hey? Hey. How you doing? How are you? That's all you gotta do. Woo, did you say hey? Hey, hey, hey. I got much love for you. Listen, walk up to anybody. Did you say hey? Hey. How you doing? How are you? Well, did you say hey? Hey, hey, hey. I got much love for you. Oh, come on, work with me. Why not say hey? Say it. Hey, hey. Oh, well, just do something special today. Somebody say hey. Say it. Hey, hey. Oh, well, I can see, we can see, they can see. Hey, you could be a beaming light, a reaching hand, a sight for so hard to see. You could be the spark of hope, that ray of love that brings world harmony. Hiya! Huh. What's going on, man? What's going on, man? What you doing today? The family needs a strong foundation. What did you do today? What did you do? We need action, not hesitation. What did you do today? What did you do? If you could change one child's life, be a better man or wife, would you do it? Would you do it? Would you do it? Would you do it? If you could change
change one bad feeling, start the whole world healing. Would you do it? Would you do it? Would you do it? What did you do today? What did you do to make a problem? What did you do? Come on. What did you do today? What did you do to make the world a little more? Hey, hey, hey. Listen, did you say hey, hey? How you doing? How are ya? It's simple, ain't it? Did you say hey, 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 hey? I got much love for you. Man, ask you again, that's simple. Did you say hey, hey? How you doing? How are ya? Well, did you say hey, hey, hey? I got much love for you. All over Long Island, Deer Park, Long Island, New York, Pennsylvania, all in Canada, Europe, all over the place. All you gotta do is walk up to somebody and say, hey, how you doing? That'll start the world. I'm telling you, that's all we say. Hey, hey, what you gonna say? Hey, say hey, say hey. What you gonna do today, huh? Come on. What you gonna do? Come on. Philadelphia brings greetings to you. The Ebonys, yes we do. Say hey. We're gonna ask the question over and over. Come on, y'all. Y'all gonna find this on YouTube, by the way. Just what did you do today?
Say hey.